A first of its kind event in Missouri featuring medical marijuana patients lining up and then approaching police.
Organizers say there's really something to learn for people on both sides of this training. 41 Action News reporter Sarah Plake explains.
These volunteers smoked marijuana. They may or may not be high, but are they impaired? That's what these police officers are trying to find out. This isn't some weed bust. This is the Green Lab medical marijuana training for law enforcement, put on by Extrat-ed LLC and sponsors in the marijuana industry.
We want officers to understand the difference between someone who has used the cannabis product and someone who is impaired by one. Then on the flip side of that, we want the qualified patient volunteers to understand at what point may they be considered impaired. That way they don't get behind the wheel of a vehicle and drive.
This day-long training has never been done before in Missouri. The group toured From the Earth Dispensary, where they learned about different strains and potency. They headed to OXG, a cultivation facility, where they got to see the different stages of a marijuana plant from sprout to harvest.
At first it was like, oh, odor of marijuana, or you have some marijuana on you, that's a criminal charge, poke them up, take them to jail. You know, now it's more so, now we have to go through the process of understanding every aspect of it.
Meanwhile, 7 certified Missouri medical marijuana patients gathered off-site to prepare the officers for the next phase. Trained staff took their vitals. Then the volunteers got the green light to light up. They used legally purchased marijuana in pipes. The volunteers were driven back to the conference center where they underwent field sobriety tests. Your body metabolizes THC differently than, say, alcohol, so it's inaccurate to measure THC impairment with a number like officers do with alcohol DUIs.
Just to have that interaction where someone used a cannabis product and it's not illegal is probably going to be the biggest hurdle to overcome. But once that happens, we kind of open our eyes.
I think the more training that we get and the more exposure we get and have a better relationship with the medical cannabis profession here in Kansas City right now, I think the better we can work together to keep our roads safer.
Sarah Plake, 41 Action News.